Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So this is a video for Becky. She asked about polymer clay and what colors work together good, how to make a pendant, and if I could use or if we could use Mod Podge on top of your finished product. So let me talk about a few things. I have quite a few polymer clay videos on my channel, a lot that probably need redone, but to make different canes and whatnot. This is one of my favorite type of polymer clay uh, techniques, I guess, because you can really use what you have at home. And, if you have a few, or you could go out and just buy a few colors when they're on sale. AC Moore, Michaels, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, they always have them on sale. They have even store brands now that you can get, really, really good prices on. So always check that out. I also love to use Blitzy. I will put the link down below. Blitzy has polymer clay, their uh, tools, everything that you need. Blitzy also sells every craft product you need. You can get mixed media, sewing, knitting, stencils, stamps, markers, every kind of paint, blah, blah, blah. It's a really, really great price at a place with prices that are discounted. I I love Blitzy. So the link will be down below as well for you to go check out Blitzy if you do not choose to leave your house and want to get a few art supplies. So what I did was I made this, and she asked about making it into a pendant. So this right here is what I did. And I don't know how well you can see it. Yeah, you can see I put one coat of, I'm in love with Mod Podge hard coat, and I'll talk about that in a second. But of course, you can use a lot of different types of things, polymer clay. SKYPE sells one. You can get in matte or shiny, and I'm sure all the other brands, Fimo, and all of them have them. Now, what I did, you could see the shine a little bit. I used the hard coat, and I'm going to go on about that, but let's see how well you can see. See those colors? We have like a translucent, we have a gold, we have a red, uh, and a little bit of yellow that's mixed in with that translucent. And this will be the back. And of course, pick what color, what side that you have more colors or whatever you would want. So that is this piece. And then I will, make it into a pendant and all, probably a different video. But what I did was I chose a different color. I'm going to do white. So instead of the translucent color, because I really don't think, I mean, it came out beautiful and I'm going to use this for something else. Let me see if I can really get in there for you to show you. Let's see. You see that little bit of purple? And it goes all the way through. I don't know if I put on my autofocus. Autofocus is usually icky. Let's see if it works. There we go. All right, focus. Okay, focus. Focus. Come on. Really? You know that thing works every other time, except when I need it. All right, that's focus. You can see a little bit in there. That's a little better. All right, but you could see what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's that. So what I'm going to do, like I said, is take that out, do something else with that. So I have a red, I have yellow, and what I love about this is, and it's really hard to see on here. I gotta take my glasses off because good gods, I can't see up close. This is so beautiful. I really wish I could get a good thing of this. Maybe when we're done, because it's gorgeous inside. But this bright yellow, this is obviously it's like a coppery color with already got the accents in it. This is Primo Accents. And let me see the color because I know you guys will ask me. It is, you can see how gorgeous it is, but is there a color name, Kel? Rose Gold Glitter. Hello. So those are the Primo accents, and they are gorgeous. So that's what that is. And then I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to use white. So with these, you can see, look at that, how gorgeous. Look at those colors. So that is what I skimmed off. And that's the piece, the base piece. Yeah, look at that. Look at all the deliciousness in there. Oh gosh, I love it. So this is not a lose, but something that you do have to realize is it gets a little darker when you bake it. So we're gonna see. Let's see. Can you see it? Can you see it? I'm going way up there. Way up there. I'm all up in its business. Look at that. Can you see some of that? Oh, the gorgeousness. 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 Again, you pick the side, that you dig the most. Okay, so here we go. And I'm working on my Mod Podge mat. I don't mind working on my mat here. But sometimes, I have paint. I'm lazy. I don't always pick it up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to keep this strictly for my clay. So I have yellow. I have the rose gold, and then I have some white. Now, this is a very thick red because I didn't roll it out as thin as I maybe should have because I'm going to be stacking it. So that's all I'm going to do is a little bit more. And then I have, now this is a polymer clay blade, and this came in a kit from SKYPE. Again, you can get this at your local craft or hobby store. You can get this on Blitsy. You can get it on Google. You can get it everywhere. I'm just going to cut. And I like it because you have handles. And it also comes with 3 other blades. They have the like a Z-shaped blade, different kind of blades, which are really, really cool that you can change. And then it has this handles. My other blades that I've had, because I just recently got this maybe a year or so ago, my other blades are just tissue blades like this. And I'm going to turn my autofocus off real quick because it's blowing out. Okay. And what I did was I took extra pieces of clay and kind of put it on the end, baked it, so I have something to hold on to. So, you don't have to worry about not having these. I've never had them, like I said, into the last year, and I just used it like this, holding. But as my hands are getting worse, I have to put, handles on it. And like I said, I have polymer clay on some of them, and then, okay. Okay. So now figure out the way you want your colors to go. Well, I want the red and yellow together. And I'm going to put the yellow in the middle because I want, if anything mixes between these two, we'll get a orangey color. And I dig that because it's giving me more bang for my buck, right? And then I'm going to put now you can see these aren't the same size, but what you can do is just take, this is, and I've shown this a million times, but if you're new to my channel, hi, hello. Yeah, my name's Kelly and welcome to my channel. If you would like to be subscribed, click that subscribe button down below and the little bell next to it to be notified when I upload. So if you're new to my channel, this is a baking, like a fondant roller, and it comes with these that go on the end that make you have like that much thickness or, what have you. I got it with my coupon at Michael's and I love it. That's what I use for my polymer clay because I do not really care to bake. So that's what this is. But look, I've used bottles, I've used cans, I've used my little, acrylic paint bottles, everything. Now, something I like to do, and I've gotten a lot of comments about this, everybody has their own opinion on what they do, is if it gets a little sticky, I give it a little spray of water, just one. And what it'll do is not stick as much. Now, this needs cleaned. And I really need to clean it because it has, you can see that red really stains. So I really just should be cleaning it, but yeah, it won't stick to your hands and everything, if you do that to it. So I'm gonna probably go the same way. And you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna match up the edges and then just cut it. So I'm gonna lay that down and then lay the yellow right so the edges match, and then the gold. So the edges, and then I'm going in with the white. Now I can see that the edges are a little round, so I'm gonna cut that off just the littlest bit. Now you can see my hands were red as they are, and the white picked it up. So have a baby wipe or something, you know, next to you that you could wipe your hands off with if that bothers you. I'm not going to let it bother me too much today because it has been quite the week already, and I'm not going to let clay bother me today. What I am going to do is cut these edges off here, and I can see like where my yellow is right there, and I'm going to use that kind of as a guideline, as close as, you know, I want to do, and then take this off. So you can see how gorgeous. Geez, I'm like out of it today. I haven't recorded in a while, so kind of put up. All right, so you see how that is, but because I didn't smush it yet, because I'm using very clay technical terms, I'm going to take these off just so they don't, you know, go together and smash, and kind of keep them a little bit far apart. Okay, make sure you move your blades out of the way because, you know what'll happen. Now what I'm going to do is stick with the red up rather than the white. And the reason I'm going to do that is because the more I roll with this, it's going to, you know, just pick up that red, and I'm lazy and I don't feel like getting up right now. So I'm just going to very gently just push it real good. And that's what she said. Oh my goodness, what is even happening? Okay. So I'm just going to give it a push. Not real hard. You can see it's still kind of, now listen, if you have a, what's it called? A pasta machine, which I do, but it's kind of hard to put, not everybody has it, and to put it on camera, I'm not going to, you know, we'll just do it this way. But you can definitely go into your pasta machine in the thickest setting if that's what you want to do. So I just gave it a little push. Now I'm going to cut it in half. This is how I do it, please. Okay. And then I'm going to take it. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to leave that red, listen to my table. I'm going to leave that red part up, and I'm going to match up these sides for the most part. You know, these edges. Look at that. Okay. And you don't have to be, let me tell you, if you've been with me for a while, you guys know I don't sit and do, I'm not like very perfect when it comes to any of this because I don't believe in perfection. I just believe in having fun. And if your hands are hurting or, you know, whatever, and you can't, you know, you think you can't work with polymer clay, let me tell you, you can. You just have to get a softer clay. SKYPE 3 is a very nice, soft, workable clay, as well as souffle that they put out. Now, you can sit on it in the plastic. You could stick it under your arm, under your boob, wherever you want to stick it, to warm it up. And once it's warmed up, you just pinch off a piece, put it in your hand, put it down on, you know, a non-stick. You can use wax paper, you can use parchment paper, whatever you have, and start kind of working it, rolling it out with, you know, this or, you know, whatever, your bottle of glue or paint or what have you. And you will see that, you know, it'll soften up, very easy to work with. Sometimes it gets too soft. When it gets too soft, set it in your freezer for 5 minutes, literally put it in the freezer, come watch a video, listen to your favorite song, and then it'll be fine. Go get it. Here we go. So we're going to smush it all on a little bit more. And I'm pushing down. I have my hands, you know, on the ends. I'm not working my fingers and all too much. So it's not going to, you know, I'm not doing, you know, just going to give it a little pushes all the way through, and you can see it's getting thinner. And I'm going to turn it this way again. I'm going to cut it in half one more time, and you can do this as many times as you want. Again, we're going in with the red on top. We're stacking it. This looks like, oh, my Italian peeps out there, doesn't it look like the sandwiches? I mean, not the sandwiches, the cookies we used to get. What were those called? They had green, I mean, they were stacked. I don't know how well you can see it, but yeah, that's what that reminds me of. So, and you can also, you know, push with your hands if you want to. I'm going to put it this way right now, and I'm just going to really lightly push in the middle, you know, so you see some of that, you see some of that, and you just a little bit, and then kind of roll it. And then you see I got a little divot. That's all right. I'm going to roll it this way now. Okay. You want, you know, them to make contact. Now, again, you can go thinner than this. Now, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. It's just the way, you know, the pieces went and how far out they went. We're working on this end, but you can, it doesn't matter. But I'm not, you know, I didn't go really, really flat. You can cut this and do it again. You can do whatever you want, but we're going to move on. Okay. So what I did was I tried to think, I want to use polymer clay and use items around the house the best I can, because that was also what I was asked. And so that's kind of what we're doing. So I have my X-Acto knife and I'm using this round part and I'm going to use this lid. Think about this. You might not have these, but maybe you have glue. Maybe you have a circle lid. Maybe you have something, you know, that has a funnel. Maybe you have a glue stick. Okay, so you can use a glue stick as well. And all I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm pushing. And you can spray some water if you want. You really want to try to push. You don't want to go through, but you want it to get down on it. Come on down, get down on it. If you really want it, get down on it. Anybody? Anybody? Okay. All right, so that's all I'm going to do with those. You can see I got those holes in there. Now I'm going to go in. This is square. You can wet it a little bit if you don't want it to stick. And then I'm just going to kind of go in and do the same thing. Now this can be a little rougher on your hands, you know, grabbing on. I did take my medicine, so not as bad at the momento, but you know, that's what I'm doing. And you can see where it's thicker. Try to stay there and do it crisscross. Do it whatever way you want. Okay, so that's it so far. And you can see I did different here. I did some different, you know, kind of things. So, all right, I'm just going to push that down. And then what was the other thing I used? I used one of these paint scraper things, and I just went in and kind of pushed hard just to add a little bit more. You can go whatever way you want. And maybe you want to go in these bigger holes with a smaller hole, or, you know, you don't have to push all the way hard each time, but, you know, you want to be able to cut some of that off and get that at the bottom. And again, you can pick, where did it go? I had it here. Oh, I don't know where it went, but you can see this is smaller. This has that like edgy kind of thing to it. You know, so you can use something like this too, because you're getting a twofer. And who doesn't like a twofer? Some nights, you know. All right, so you get it. We got it. Good. So that's what you have. But that red's blown out, baby. Let me see if I autofocus it, if it'll change it. No. Nope, that's just going to move. So you really can't see it that well. You can see it like that. I don't know why. I think because my light's on it. So there. So now I'm going to autofocus off because, yeah. All right, so now take your, and you're going to kind of have to have your tissue blade with you. And these are very inexpensive, but regardless of whether you have handles or not, I've done it with my X-Acto knife. You know, it takes a little longer. I'm going to show with this. And what you're going to do is you're going to kind of bend it like this, just that little bit, but you're going to make that bend at the clay at the bottom. And this is where it gets a little hard, because you just want to take, like, cut that texture off the top. Now, you don't really want to go towards your hands when you're cutting, but that's just how I have to do it. I'm just very careful. And I'm just taking, you see how I'm just taking some of that top off? There we go, very gently. And then you turn it over and look what you got. Now think about this. Oh yeah, look at that. Come on now. That's like very mod. Yeah, boy, yeah. So you can see the difference. I wanted to show you guys. You see how I have, this was the other one. I didn't put the white in. I put in the translucent, which you did get some translucent purple and all here, but here we have the white. So you can see how that is coming there. So now, this little piece. Okay. We lost our dog yesterday. It was a very, very rough day. So my animals are acting a little weird today. So I think, yeah, my Rocco's trying to get in here, and just, it's been a rough day with Emily's dog, and just a rough day. Okay. So send some love our way and to our dog Spike on his journey. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna do it again. Now, remember when I was telling you about the getting little pieces are perfect. When I was telling you about the wavy blade, which is fun to do with these. Oh, hello, Dolly. That's Emily's dog. Hello, Dolly. Anybody? Hello, Dolly. Well, hello. She won't let me pick her up. She's a little Maltese. Okay. So we have that. But if you use those other blades, the zigzags, you get like a really cool look too. I'm going to look and see if I have my zigzags. So I'm just going to show you. Now this one's a little deeper of a cut. And you can see, and it kind of opens like a sandwich. So just take your blade and very carefully push and pull. And you got a great piece. Okay? You can cut this off and pull this off. It doesn't matter. So those are the pieces. And again, and look, see, you could see where we poked the holes and all, and the different textures that it gives. So I'm going to do this. What way? Let's do it this way. Let's cut another piece. Come on, baby. It's a little thin. There we go. Lift your hand up. You want try to keep your fingers up on the clay rather than by the blade. You see how we just cut it off? Look at that. What is that? That is beauty. Oh, that's beauty. And then when you turn this over, that's the back end. So you see what I'm saying? You get all this fantastic different looks with your clay. So whatever you're doing, always turn it over and see what you're getting, because that's what the back looked like. And if you would have looked at it, I showed you it, obviously, you'd have been like, what am I supposed to do with this? So now what I would do is, because I'm digging right here, so I'm going to take, and I'm going to kind of like give it a little curve, and I'm going to give it a little cut. And I'm going to lay that there. And then this is the piece that's left. Well, I can put this down and cut it more. The same, you just want to skim off that top. I'm going to be honest with you. I try to skim the best I can, but because I hold things very tightly and all, because it's hard sometimes, I don't skim. But you can see you get these great little pieces, okay? Okay, so here we go. We have these. And what do you do with them? Well, you take clay. You have maybe leftover clay. You have clay that, you have a ball of something that you're like, like for instance, I was playing and doing something with this. I have no idea what I was doing with it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it in my hand for a minute, and it's going to warm up. And like I said, if it really needs warmed up, put it in a little baggie and sit on it. Not lying. I'm for real. Okay. So I'm just going to roll this, and you want to put it in a shape that you want. So obviously I put this in a shape, and I'm going to put this in a shape. Now you could make, you want to make a big heart. Maybe you want to, like, you have a paper mache heart. Maybe you have a wood heart. Maybe, I know a lot of people that do have a wood heart. Maybe you have, a metal piece of, I don't know if I have any sitting here, though. To put something in. Oh, wait, what's this? Do I have it here? Oh, there's the blue I was looking for. Like, I have these. Okay, so let's see. Take one of these out. And you see, you get these at the store. It's a art or craft store, and you get them. Use a coupon, but you get like 2 or 3 in your package. So we could do something like this as well, which I'll show you. But just take, I'm just warming this up. start out smaller than you think you want. Okay, because as you add things on, doesn't matter what color this is on the bottom, you know, it could be 6 million different colors, it could be puke green, it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to do this and kind of shape it a little. You can make it into a tear shape, doesn't matter. Now obviously this won't fit in there, right? Because it's too big. So you want to use it before you measure it before you bake it, because otherwise it's not going to do anything. But this is a whole other, you know, we could put around it and do. So here we go. So what do I want to use first? I really want this to kind of be in the middle. And why I like it is because you can see that you got some gold inside of that yellowish, which is, you know, over here, but I really like that little bit. So I'm going to just lay it on there. And I'm just going to form this around and give it a push. And like I said, I'm not a professional polymer clay worker. I am a somebody who just loves working with it. I've been working with it for years, and you know, it's something I didn't want to give up. So then you go on and you can turn it over and you can add, you know, this is the other, let me see up close if you guys can see those colors. That's the other one I did. Let's kind of try to stick to the same, and we'll do this on the back. And then what you're going to do is just keep pushing over. And you know, you got this purple going, showing through and everything else. That will all be covered. And so what I'm going to do is very easily just maybe pull some pieces off that I can add on. I'm going to take this. I can see I got a big chunk here I need to cover. So I will lay that down there, Stephen Pearson, and then I'll do this. All right. So you can see I basically have it all covered, but it's chunky. So what I'm going to do is very lightly, I'm going to start like this and just roll my roller, or whatever you used to roll it out. I'm going to go around all the sides. You can spray a little water if you want. Okay. And then this side is the, you know, I'm going to use it for the back, but who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind. Very lightly, because we want everything to be smooth. And then the same here. Okay. And then now I'm going to shape it for a second. Wait, because all of a sudden my Apple software needs updated. All right. So I'm going to push this out just a little bit. Now, I'm going to end up putting it in here, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that in a second. But you can see like my middle isn't exactly in the middle, and it's not exactly what I was really particularly wanting. So you can either go with the flow, because if you're an artist, you know, most of the time when you start out doing something, it never comes out the way that you want it. Now this side's really cool looking, so I don't know what side I'm going to use. If you're cheap, and there's nothing wrong with that, and you are going to put it in something already, your back could just stay empty. It doesn't matter. I just wanted to show you in case you didn't have this and wanted to do something like this, and then we're going to wire wrap that. Not in this video, but the next video. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is decide what side I want. Well, I dig that side, but I don't know. And you know what? There's a teeny bit of a little purple showing, and I'm kind of digging that. So I think I'm going to go there. And what I'm going to do is set it on there, and the sparkle, oh, so pretty. And I'm going to give it a push. And you see how we're going in there? And I'm just going to push it like this. Stay on the outside for now. I'm always on the outside though. Okay. And then just pinch. Take it off. Pinch and take it off. Pinch it down and take it off. Pinch it down and take it off. Pinch it down and take it off. All right. Now let me tell you something. What else you could do with these. 1 second, because I'm pinching I'm pinching. All right. You can also take your blade, which I cannot do because of my hands, and kind of like as if you're doing pie dough and kind of, you know, scrape that off to get it, but I can't do that. I'm lucky I can remember to pee during the day. What that had to do with taking the clay off, I have no idea, but that's, you know, so you can see it's kind of puffy. I kind of dig that, but you go ahead and just start pushing it down because we want to keep the majority of this. So I'm just going to keep, and you can do this on here too, right? If it's easier for you, just give it a little push. And again, you're just going to take those edges off. And of course you could do a smaller, you know, you don't have to go through all this, but it's the way I have to do it. It's the way my brain works. But everybody's different and, you know, you do you. Whatever works for you. It doesn't matter if it works for somebody else or, you know, somebody says, oh, you know, don't, you do whatever way it works for you. Okay. And then you just go around and, you know, you just do that. And you can even push it down more if you want. I'm not because, okay. But if you pushed it down more, you can make it as, you know, even with this as you want. I'm not going to because I'm going to sand this a bit. Now I can see I got my nail in there a little bit. So all I'm going to do is just give it a little rub because when you give it a little rub, it fixes it. A little rub fixes everything. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. So look how gorgeous that is. Then what you would do is you would put it in your oven. Look at your directions on your polymer clay package. Usually it's like 265, depends. And you do about 20 minutes an inch. You know, just follow their directions, which I will do. And then when it comes out, you will have a beautiful pendant. So I have to bake this and all, and I'll show you in my next video. Now, this I used the Mod Podge hard coat on. Now look, you have all these extra pieces. These ones that we like rubbed off the edges, pick up and see, you could just go like that. Put it in a little ball and use it for your next base. So, you know, maybe you do like different colors or these or whatever. Maybe that's what I'll do. And oh yeah, even though this is making a pretty cool one, just like on its own. Look at that. Yeah, okay. But anyway, you can make it into your base like we did that, or you could keep it. That's really, I'm really digging. So who knows what we'll do. And then you can wrap it, you know, more and do that. But let's say you have an ATC card and you're in a swap and you have these extra pieces left. You can then put these on your, you know, use a cutter. Maybe you have a heart or a star, or, you know, you shape it into whatever you want, make it a heart, and then bake it and then glue it on. And you have, you know, paint the background, and then that's mixed media. And then you put your clay on it. If you want to see me do something like this, let me know down below. I will gladly do so. And so, yeah, so I put Mod Podge hard coat on this. I let it dry, and I'm going to take my, I have just a cheap sanding block from the store. You can get these at AC Moore and all too. And all I'm going to do is just give it a very light sanding, even though I already put the coat on. But I want to do another coat. And then I use these fine parts on the sides. And then you take a little bit of water and I kind of, you know, wipe off that sanding. And when you sand it though, you get those little lines gone, and it does make it, this hard coat, it does not make it sticky. And then I would go and put another coat on. I just use a small brush. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a second video for this for tomorrow, and then I'll show you this once it's done and dry. But I'm just going to, now I did it up and down last time, so I'm going to go sideways on this side, and that's just how I do it. And this was already baked, so You don't want to do this before you bake. You can, something that is fun that you can do is you can do this and put a little embossing powder on it. Maybe some clear would be good. Maybe I will do that. But I'm going to let that dry, and then, I would sand it one more time. If you want to, I want it a little nicer and thicker, and it'll come out, really good. So that is where we're going to end it today. Like I said, a lot of fun, and I'll be back and show you this after it's baked, and a couple other different things that we're going to do. So I will see you in tomorrow's video. If you enjoy my videos and like this video, please share me around. Leave me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And leave me a comment down below. Let me know, is this something that you would like to do? What colors? What 3 colors would you like? And, if there were to be a giveaway. And yeah, let me know. I love you guys so very much. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love you guys very much. Progress, not perfection. Do art and just have fun. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.